and gentlemen, boys and girls, so here we are on the reward tank if you get your 100 tokens on Siegfried Line. It is the MTLS-1G14. Alright, tanks are up, minimap is up, and we are up and ready. So, let's see how this little rascal will do. It is fast, I'll tell you that. I like the speed. When you turn, it doesn't turn really super good. Might be because it's got such a short wheel or track base or something, I don't know. It's not the biggest tank. I mean, it tools right along. It's got awesome gun depression. I mean, you can work ridge lines like a boss in this thing. And the nice thing is it has great elevation too. Each time you press the mouse to fire, it shoots 2 rounds. Boom, boom. So you don't have to hit your mouse button twice. You just hit it once and boom, boom. It can bite you in the butt, especially like I'm shooting premium rounds. So I think there's a couple times I shoot tanks that the first round that hits it kills, and the second round shoots anyways, obviously. So you end up wasting a round every once in a while. Or if you go to shoot something and somebody kills it, or had killed it before you pull the trigger, or as you pull the trigger, then boom, boom, you got 2 rounds that went into something that were, you know, kind of basically a waste. And yes, I do have nods and the camouflage net on this, just due to the fact it's a light tank. So we bounced the LTTP round, which is kind of nice, you know. So the front of it does seem to have decent armor for a tier 3. Nothing special, but more than likely what people will do is what I'm doing right now: load premium rounds and then just go right through you anyways. I saw these guys really kind of pushing over here, so I figured I better get my butt over here and help them. But our team is just melting really fast. And we've lost 6 tanks already. I mean, they've lost 1, we've lost 6. So who do you think's going to win this one? It ain't us, I'll tell you that. Kind of want to watch this gun, how it shoot when you pull the trigger. So I want to see if each barrel goes in or if the whole thing goes back. I would imagine it'd be one then the other. Oh, both barrels bounce back for each shot. Oh, we got the LTTP down to like 9 hit points, but I think somebody else finishes them off. That dog's gonna sneak around here and take him out that way, and our artillery was marking them at that they were gonna shoot. But I saw this T-40 and I thought I better get down there. But look at this. So we've lost 11, they've lost 4, and look at this line of tanks over here on the enemy team. And you know, I mean, holy crap, you got myself and M8A1, Sentinel. I think there's something else over there with him. Wasn't there? Yeah, there's something else over there. Because we had one. So it's got to be the Hetzer. That's the only one I can see that's really not on the map lit up. So has to be the Hetzer. There, try and see it now. Yeah, I'm going to leave it that big for now since I kind of see where everything's at. But let's go ahead and pause this. So I needed to get around here and help that M8A1. Brakes came, and that's what I was saying. Like the first round they hit him, blew him up. Second round hit him and it was already dead. So I was trying to get down here really quick to help this M8A1. And I about popped myself a wheelie. I did auto lock, first round miss, second round hit. It's got a nice fast reload. See in there again, one hit him, killed him, and the second round hit the dirt. And again, the first round that hit him, and then the second round shot into the dirt. I mean, it's nice because, let me pause just real quick. So it's nice because most of the time when you have an autoloader, you hit the trigger and it starts pitting those rounds out. Boom, 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 boom. And when it does that, your reticle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it starts out at this size, and before you know it, it's this size. You know, like this. Basically, let's say this is your reticle. So this is fully shrunk in. As you pull the trigger, your reticle gets bigger, 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 and then it's out here, and the next thing you know, it's as big as this. With this gun, you got 2 rounds. The reticle's this big. You pull the trigger, goes boom, and then it's got such a fast aim time before the second round is ready to shoot off in like that half a second or whatever. The bloom or your aiming reticle is shrunk almost all the way back in, so the second round usually follows right up into where the other one went. So it seems to be pretty darn accurate. I do like, well, I was kind of surprised for the accuracy. Like that one, the one first round went up and over him, second round hit him. But I wish that yeah, see, he pulled up there right on the hill. I mean, use a ridge line. And, you know, he didn't use a ridge line. Let it shrink all the way in. First one missed, second one hit. And I got tanks right there. I went to shoot at him and he got killed. But there's the MTLS and the enemy team there, and there's a tank that comes up behind me right here. So I was going to try help and get rid of this guy, but then he disappears, and there's that STRV that's behind me. I think he shoots me in the butt. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to do reverse side scraping here. It's just I don't really have a choice. Yeah, so the STRV just shoot me once in the butt, and actually he put 2 more rounds in my butt and actually bounced. This guy tried to land it on top of me and missed. I'm sorry, it was just so funny as hell. He tried to land on top of me, landed on and missed me and landed on his side. That's what you call A for effort, but an F for final results. Oh, but anyways, yeah, the STRV, if I would have got 1 more second, I would have had him finished up. But if you look, I bounced 1, 2, 3 rounds from him off the back of this tank. And it really doesn't have, I mean, it's got 25 millimeters of armor. Yeah, and Valentine too, he's doing the same thing I am, slinging the gold rounds. That thing, it's got actually about the same pen as this does, to be honest with you. So you can't really blame him for shooting premium rounds anyways. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny bouncing rounds off the pooper on this. See, you didn't know I was a rear side scraping professional, did you? I mean, I was able to pump some damage to him, and he was bouncing off me. So hey, whatever. If it works for you, then you're good to go. We ended up getting 3 kills on that, 570 damage, blocked 167. Unfortunately, we had a lot of people on our team do 0 damage. So if you want to hold on for a minute, we'll go ahead and show you. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so here's the results of that match. It was my first match in the new MTLS-1G14. We got a Master Badge, Ace Tanker, Sharp Shooter, Master Gunner, and Fire for Effect. I shot pretty much all premium rounds in this because it's got, I don't want to say crappy pen on the standard rounds. It's alright. It's 68, but it bumps you up to 92. And I've switched it over to premium. And at first I forgot to take it back off and put it on standard. And then I realized I was still shooting premium. I'm like, screw it. Needed every round of pen because the team there that I had was just, it got melted. So I needed every round of pen just to, you know, try and make up for it. But anyways, it's a little bit different. I mean, if you're working towards it, you got to get those 100 tokens. I mean, it's like my son, he was asking me about it because I'm going to use his account and get him the tokens for it, and he's asking me about it and stuff. And I said, well, it's really nothing to write home about. I mean, it's nothing really super special. You know, a PZ1C or a Loosh would be better than this because you get an autoloader and like those two, and you clip this thing out, you know, in one volley pretty much because you get 230 hit points. PZ-1C rip right through this. I mean, the armor's only... Yeah, we'll go over that real quick. But anyways, so, yeah, it's all right at best. Well, we hit the T-40 twice for 48. Killed him and knocked out his engine. LTP, we hit him 6 times for 230, which is his total hit points. Finished him off and knocked out his tracks. Bounced one of his rounds. The PZ-1C, we hit him once for 16. Finished him off. STRV M40-L hit him 3 times for 113. Bounced 3 of his rounds. And the Totally 3, we hit him 4 times for 163 and knocked out his engine. So we did a total of 570 damage, got 3 kills with a base experience of 392. That was a loss too, by the way. And look at all these guys with 0 damage. Over half our team, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost half our team did 0 damage. Wonder why we lost that match. I fucking cracked myself up. So I had 28 shots, 17 hit, 16 pen. Total damage was 570. We got hit 9 times, 5 pen, 4 bounced. And we had some splash damage by artillery. So we bounced 167. So I guess, well, I said I had kind of crappy armor, 38. Bounced a few rounds there. I mean, as flat can be in the front right here. I mean, you got a little bit of slope there, but if anybody's shooting there, they're just asking to bounce. I mean, even your front plate there's just a big square. That track piece there is probably a little bit of spaced armor, but nothing special. But yeah, look how flat it is. I mean, maybe I just got real lucky or I was really angled. Ugh. So we damaged 5, destroyed 3. Let's see, I had one of those token things. So we made 24,741 credits, but lost 38,000 due to shooting a lot of premium ammo and... Oh, shoot. What did I put those on there for? I didn't realize I had premium first aid kit and repair kit. I realized I put the coke on there to get the aim time down and give it a halfway decent dispersion. Yeah, so anyways, let's just go over it real quick. It's a tier 3. In order to get this, you have to get 100 tokens in, what is that? The new 1.0 update fest with Intel. I'm up to 109, but now I got to work on my sons. So I know there's no way in God I have the time to play, get caught up with these guys that have like 400 or 300 tokens, because I just don't have the time. I mean, it took me 3 nights of playing just to get the 100 tokens. It's basically almost 100 matches is what it is. Sometimes you can get 2 tokens depending on if you're on a certain map, you do a certain thing or whatever. But yeah, so let's go over this real quick. Oh boy, I should have been in bed like an hour and a half ago. But anyway, so rate of fire is 24.89 rounds a minute. Turret traverse is 49.01, and the hull traverse is 44.56, so that's pretty darn good. Moves right along, I'll tell you, it scoots right along, it is fast. Gun depression is this kind of weird. It's minus 11.88. Not 11, not 12, almost 12, but 11.88. I don't know, it's kind of strange why they did that. Elevation is 22.32, so your elevation depression are really good. Load, to load both rounds, it takes 4.32 seconds, and there's a gap of 0.5 seconds between both rounds. So one barrel shoots bam, and there's a pause, and then the second barrel shoots bam. Aim time is phenomenal at 1.35 seconds. I went with nods and not coated optics, camouflage net, and vents. And the reason I went with those two is, you know, if you get a map that's got a decent bush, you can set back there and snipe. This map here, just seeing the team fall as fast as they were, I figured I better get my butt in there and try helping as much as I can. Aim time is 1.35. Dispersion is really not too hot at 0.38. Oh, you do get a 100% crew with this. So you get to pick, your first crew skill right off the bat, which is nice. Average damage per minute is 996. You get 230 hit points. Your hull armor in the front's 38 and turret is 38. On the side is 20. Everywhere else is 25. Hull, turret on the side is 25, and the rear is 25 on the hull and the turret. I think I bounced one in the keister too, maybe two in the butt. Weight is 19.3 tons, so don't ram stuff, you will die. 500 horsepower engine for this weight of a vehicle actually gives you a really good power to weight at 25.91. Top speed in forward is 55 and reverse is 20. My concealment is actually really good at 25.54, but because I got a camouflage net. But if you don't use a camo net, stationary and moving are 12.41, which is still really good. View range is 380, and that's because I've got the nods and vents bumps it out there, and signal range is 362. Most of the time with like a light tank, which that's what this is, it is a light tank, you really want to try and, move ahead really fast, get into a bush, and then light stuff up. That was somebody that had seen one of my reviews, and he messaged me, and he's like, well, I watched your replay, and you weren't really that bad, because, I claim that I'm not good at, light tanks, which I'm not really that good at light tanks. And he said, I thought you actually did pretty good, but just a bit of advice, what I would do if I were you with a light tank is you really want to scout, so you haul ass up, find a bush, get in that bush, don't shoot. Don't move. And that's the mistake I normally make, is I'm shooting. As soon as something's spotted, bam, 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 I'm shooting at it. And he said you got to refrain from doing that. You zing up there, find a bush, get in that bush, and camp that bush. Don't move. Don't shoot. Get out of the tank, pick weeds, fertilize the flowers by taking a crap in them. But absolutely don't move and don't shoot. So that way you don't give up your position. You light everything up for your friendly team, and let them do the shooting and stuff. And you'll still get all the assistance on those because you lit them up. And you can make just as much, if not more, credits, because then you're not even shooting anything. You're not using ammo, which makes sense. That's the best bit of advice I think I've ever gotten about light tanks. So I figured I would pass it on to you guys. So anyways, yeah, it's all right. I mean, like I said, I put whatchajiggers on the sides there, and they're not there. Weird. Huh, interesting. Like I said, it's nothing to write home about, but it's special. Not everybody has it. You got to get 100 tokens to get it. So, like, it took me 3 days of playing sporadically, couple hours each night for three days to get those tokens. But I also don't play for a solid 3 hours. I stop and do this. I'll make videos in between. I might do 5 or 6 matches, do a couple videos, or a video, or go and compile it, or do the commentary. So if you really want to get the 100 tokens, basically I'd say 2 days, 3 hours a night of solid start, and don't stop till 3 hours up. You can have it, or you can have it one day from probably about 4 hours of play or 5 hours of good solid play, because you got to get in the top 10 on experience. So if you're not that good of a player, it might take you longer, because if you're not in the top 10 on experience, which, there's only 15 players, so literally you'd have to be AFK, not do any damage, and die to be really, really low. On this match we had over almost half our team was AFK, and we'll go like this. So top 10. So yeah, it doesn't matter what team you're on. It's winning or losing. It's just you got to be in the top 10. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 guys did 0 damage. He took 3 shots, hit nothing. He took 0 shots, so he obviously hit nothing. And they still made it in the top 10. These guys, I'm just trying to see if anybody didn't shoot at all or where it was AFK. Yeah, a lot of them barely even moved. Well, that's artillery. Artillery took 2 shots. You flipping kidding me. Anyways, so yeah, this is the new premium tier 3 reward tank for getting the 100 tokens. It's the MTLS-1G14 Tier 3 light tank. So get yours while you can, because after this thing's up on April 4th, I think it is, if you don't have your 100 tokens by then, you ain't gonna get it. But you guys take it easy, be safe. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.